Aloha, everyone. The volatile market continues with another whipsaw day. At one point, we started to trade lower, and it looked like we were going to go ahead and take out the 200-day moving average on the S&P 500. However, we rallied by the end of the day, finding support off the 200-day moving average on above average volume. And another thing that has now happened is our TSV has turned higher above its moving average, and so has MACD. That should be a huge little signal to us that we need to abandon any kind of short-term bearish, I guess, bias that we have and go ahead and stick to neutral bias, but realize that our oscillators are now indicating that we might win a rally here. Now, it's not going to be good for me, as today I got whipped out of a ton of positions, a lot. Um, I tell you what, it's going to psychologically hurt if we rally higher, especially if we don't get any new long signals. It's going to hurt significantly because this market has just done a number on me. I believe the S&P 500 is down a little bit less than 2% this year. I am now down a little bit over 3% this year. So this has been a horrible, horrible 2015 so far. But when you look at this index, you can see why. Fake out, breakdown, fake out, breakout, fake out, breakdown, fake out, breakout, fake out, breakdown. And we'll see what comes around this time. But moving over to the NASDAQ, we can see similar situation here. MACD has turned up above its moving average with the moving average curling up. I know it's hard to see here, but if we get up close, you can see this blue line has convincingly gone above the white line. And once again, the NASDAQ went below the recent lows and is reversed higher on above average volume. So we're looking good once again, guys. And the good news is that I'm still heavily long. The bad news is that I've given up significant gains on the most shortest term recent pullback. And I got whipped out of a ton of positions today. We'll see what happens, but very, very, very disappointing. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, same thing here. With the TSV, you can see that it has retaken its moving average. However, overall, still a major downtrend, and the MACD still is not curled back up above its moving average. This index remains under a sell signal. If we get above these recent highs here, it will go back to neutral. And to become a buy signal again, I'm going to have to see us take out these January highs on this index. And then moving over to the Russell 2000, still under neutral signal. MACD has turned higher, slightly above its moving average finally. And TSV has also. Both are in significant downtrend still, so no real clarity there. I had some full sells today. I've already been taking out JLL, but it's a full sell. ANIP is a full sell. Facebook is a full sell, already out of 75%. And MDVN unbelievably has shaken me out again. This stock has become an absolute goddamn nightmare, and I am fucking done with it for good now. I just cannot believe all the false signals that are happening right now. But what do you expect with a consolidating market? The problem is that the signals are getting me out and then reversing immediately, and that's just disappointing. I have no new long positions. I want to keep tight stops on the SQQQQ, SDOW, SOXS, and SPX trades we have. I'm not going to let these turn into big losses no matter what the most recent lows or the ultimate final lows on all of these. I mean, I'm not letting any of them trade below those lows. So as we know what's going to happen lately, as is the theme of this market, we'll probably get whipped out and then they'll run back higher. And that's why I've got today's low of days a cut loss, yesterday's, the day before, and the day before. And then we'll have an ultimate one all the way down there on the last position. But these whipsaws are getting very, very, very tiring. And that's why with this we only have one new long tonight, and the new long is basically a recent earnings winner. It's a Momentum chat room favorite across the board. And so what I'm looking at here is GIMO had positive earnings results after a pocket pivot point signal earlier, broke out above the recent resistance, closed in the upper end of its range that day on higher volume with green BOP rising. Today, green BOP rose again to a higher green level. Volume was well above average, and we closed above where we opened on 130 at 1885. So GIMO is a new long signal. It's only going to be 2% because it's speculative. Let's see if I have MarketSmith open and can pull it up right now. GIMO, look at the estimates, 2015, 2016, 125% and 41% estimates. You can see sales has finally gotten out of this range that it's in, even though it's been growing, exploding to 51 million in the most recent quarter, and now obviously it's going to start making money. It optimizes the reliability, performance, and security of network infrastructures, and God knows that's a big deal after all these hacking issues. Mutual fund ownership's gone from 52 to 136 the past 8 quarters, and insiders were recent buyers. Going back here, going to a daily chart, that's what this plus sign means right here. So this is always good to see in a stock that I'm interested in. At GMO does it work? I got cut loss levels. I'm going to stagger them: 1855, 1841, 1829, and then an ultimate one here at 1753. Just in case it wants to be whippy, whippy, whippy. I would love to see this market calm down. I don't think that's the case, so longs are going to continue to be under major scrutiny. I had an ad signal in PLNR, but PLNR has earnings after the market close tomorrow, so I'm not interested. So only GIMO earnings winner is the only long candidate. I'm not interested in anything else. Funny thing though, last night I posted that FLWS was on a Bible gap up watch as earnings were before the opening bell. Estimates have been changed higher. There's been accumulation going into the earnings. Boom. There you go. Big 14+% move today. Nailed that. And then MIK was a new long signal yesterday. I decided at some point this weekend that I was not going to take it. Posted the new longs page, did not take it. And of course it's up 4% today. Also another stock that was heavily flagged by me that I did not take, up 8% today, EDAP. Tell you what, when you're off, you're off. And that's what happens in a volatile market.